Okay, this is my presentation on cybersecurity and credibility. Here are my objectives. We're going to describe cybersecurity models and hierarchy, and also deal with credibility aspects of the investigation and look for strategies. I give the kids an overview of what the chapter is going to be about, and some of the strategies they're going to need to help find the stuff they are looking for and make sure they're from credible sources. So here are the look fors. I used information from chapter 3 to cover this. Here are the 4 tenets of look fors: trends over time, multiple perspectives, technological advancements, and forecasting. Trends over time. Making sure the students see the patterns over time, letting them explore them and get in depth into it. Connect the past to the present. You will see in further slides where I put a lot of dates in so the kids can see where things have come from. Multiple perspectives we will talk about a little bit later in the slides. I want the kids to know that there are multiple perspectives on everything. There are multiple points of views, and they have to determine the pros and cons of each. Technological advancements when it comes to a class like I teach, that is a very important part. They now need to examine the impact of the technology and specify the what, when, and how it is being applied. Now, the look for is when it comes to predicting the future. With technology, the future could be 10 years away, 5 years away, or next week. You just can't predict, but you have to give it a shot. It helps extend the conversations in the class. All right, nice and simple. The students can use the strategy symbols that are on the previous slides as visual aids to help conduct in their research. If the students don't use these look fors, this will decrease the students' overall depth of the topic they're studying. And here is the topic they'll be going over, stuff like code red, worms. Here's some activities they will do. What did these things do? So giving some past performances, some history when it comes to this information, different types of ways to protect themselves, information about hackers, places they can go, or people they can look for to see if they have information about the topic, like network security engineers and system engineers. And then it comes to overall organizations, which are trusted organizations. So I posted these up here. Once again, this will help the kids find it. Now, once I put that information out, here are the 4 tenets of credibility as seen in chapter 3. Check the credibility of the author, the content, the dates, and the author's sources. Is the author's articles and websites, is he an expert? Is the person writing an article on cybersecurity and they are let's say, a pet doctor? Or are they a system engineer? Does the author belong to an accredited institution or publishing house or perhaps the government? Or is it just a person weighing 300 pounds sitting in their mother's basement? Does it make them less credible? I don't know. Now, when it comes to content, is the person just trying to persuade your point of view? Are they trying to inform you or entertain you? So I want the kids to go through that. Usually when the kids watch YouTube videos that are explaining it, sometimes the people are just trying to entertain them or sell them something. The next when it comes to it is the credibility's date. If you're going to look up something about viruses from 1988, it might not be as relevant in 2018. That information may be slightly out of date, so you want to make sure the sources are relevant. Did the person check the author's sources? Is the author actually using an outside expert? Or are they using their best friend who sits next to them doing the podcast? How many additional experts were cited? If they don't cite anyone besides the person they're sitting next to, it might not be a credible place to use. And of course, there's plagiarism. I point this out to my students all the time. They should worry about plagiarism when it comes to looking at virus protection and cybersecurity. You're going to see the same information across multiple sites. You'll see it from Norton to McAfee to Kaspersky or other sites that handle cybersecurity. Uh, and here's my source. I use the book. And if the kids need any assessments, this is the assessment they will do with quizzes and lessons. So if someone had to pick this up, they'd be able to do this lesson. Thank you for your help and your time today. Hopefully this one works.